The idea of today is mostly network and introductions and people meeting each other with common interests and aims. Quite informal, although we have got some serious business to talk about, which is about sustainability. So the idea is a nice informal discussion, meet people, discuss things, and a little bit of get out of this what you want to get out of it, basically. So what do I want to get out of it is that we are coming to the end of the Erasmus Plus project, and we are doing the closing event of sharing with as many people the results of our project so far. I will say that where we've got to is not the end. We have a project that we're going to talk to you about and explain how we got to it, but the next stage is how to take these teaching materials further and deeper, and that is through networking and collaboration. That's kind of the theme of the day, really. So there is going to be some slides, there's a couple of videos, and then we're all going to have dinner together, and then we can carry on having a chat. So make yourself comfortable. Oh, and I forgot to say, Nikos is not here yet. Yes, I guess he will come. Nicholas and Georgia, I can't see Georgia, I think she's outside. So we've also got some presentation of certificates for the summer school as well to do at the end, a nice pleasant ending. So this is roughly the agenda. I don't kid myself that we'll stick to it, but it's a rough, I'm having a good go, Yorgos, who knows, I'm giving it a go. I start off by introducing myself. I'm going to set the scene for the project a bit, and then thank you very much, Ms. Konstantina, for agreeing to come and give us a short presentation about how the Metaxa Group train people in the organisation for sustainability. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. On a Sunday to give your time as well. We also have here, by the way, Yanis, who's also deals with the ESG reporting for the group as well. We're very grateful for you being here today on your Sunday. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure.
We've already had some good chats, and I think we're going to see each other again. I'll come back here anytime, don't worry.
You're welcome.
And then a few little questions, if you have any questions for Konstantina, because I'm an academic, although I'm a very practical academic, I have to say, but she's really doing sustainability teaching in organisations. She's going to tell you how we should be doing it, so we can learn a lot from their models and what they're doing, so thank you very much. Then we're just going to have a little video for 2 minutes about our aims of the project, so you can see what we were intending to do. I'll go through the scoping, studying the findings, the summer school, the evaluation, but in a kind of a high level key findings. If you want me to give you more details, I will. But it's Sunday, so I'm quite aware of that. I think maybe if I give you the top level findings that you're happy with, and I can agree to send you the full reports and the publications when it's not a Sunday. Is that a good deal?
Yeah.
But if you want me to give you more detail, I will. Happily. Then I've got another little video, which I'm going to tell you now is a bit powerful. It's about climate change. Have any of you heard of the video on the eve of destruction? It was made 2 years ago, and it is now the anthem. It's the anti-Donald Trump climate change is a farce anthem about climate change, and Greece is featured in it. It's about mostly the fire and the flooding, okay? But it's quite tough to watch. It's tough because it's true. This is the difficulty. I'm going to show it, and I'll tell you why before I cue that up. Then any questions and discussion. Then you might be the only one getting a certificate, Stella, because you're the only one here. So I've got 5 there. You can have all 5. Well done. You've come all the way from Hania. The ones from Heraklion aren't here, but you've come from Hania. So thank you very much, Stella and Christos. So we'll do the certificate giving, and I really would like you to talk about why you have got this distinction, and about what you're doing, because I think it's a really nice story, and you can do that one in Greek, of course. I won't be speaking in Greek, because we'll be here all night, and you won't know what I'm saying. So I'm going to speak in English, but if you want me to stop, just ask someone else to explain what I've just said. We're going to also invite Thanasis to say something about evaluation in Greek, so we'll try and make it reasonably understandable. Does that sound okay? And then we're going to go through at 6:30 for a nice early lunch for the kiddies, and then anyone who needs to travel a long way back, then we can all get on the way at a reasonable time. Does that sound okay? So first of all is the thank yous, for our Gen NZ. So Gen is upskilling Generation Net Zero. The generation, the young ones who will have to deal with the problems of climate change as they grow up, like these two beautiful young women in the front here. This is the Generation Net Zero, the people who, it's not the old guys like me, actually, it's these little ones. So it's upskilling the people who are going into the workforce now and then coming into the workforce. It's a bit about the future of work as well. What skills would these young ladies need to get good jobs? Already the trend is changing. The green skills on CVs will get you better job success and more money. It's slow, and it's definitely slow in Greece. There are other countries where this is actually really important to have those sustainability skills on your CV. So what are they? Who's teaching them? And how do we address that gap? You'll hear me talking quite a bit about gaps and understanding. Yes, As?
Yes.
Yes, Nikos?
Vasilis.
Vasilis, sorry. Come here. No, look at me. I've only seen you on a screen before now. Is your wife?
No. Colleague.
You're a colleague. Oh, hi, nice to see you. Nice to see you. I've only seen you. No, we saw each other live, didn't we, once?
Yes, quite a lot of years. 6, 7.
Where was it?
In Hania.
With Relo, Greece.
With
Now-
something I cannot remember with her.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Sorry about that. Had to hug him. So Vasilis is amazing. Have you all heard Costa Nostra? Yeah? The beach cleaning? And you were a pioneer with that.
Yes.
A pioneer. So thank you so much for being here. Sorry, Nikos. I forgot where I was now. With hugging. Anyway, so that's what Gen NZ is all about, is the future of work and the skills that people need. And I'm trying to learn from what's happening in other parts of the world, try to get more collaboration across this country called Greece, this island called Crete. Goodness knows why the East and West won't collaborate, but they don't. It's like we're different countries sometimes. But these are the things we need to address for the future of work. So, the Gen NZ team, Thanasimu, he wrote to me and said, it's very nice to be a small part of this. And they went, actually, you're fairly essential, Thanasis. So thank you so much for being here. Couldn't do much this without you. Thanasis is going to say something a little bit later about evaluation, the importance of evaluation of projects. But as an educator, the importance of the evaluation assessment of what we're teaching people. Because a lot of people turn up with attendance certificates that actually are meaningless these days. We've got people with certification of having learned something, but they haven't. We have to deal with that sustainability because the subject is far too important, much too important. So he's going to talk about evaluation. Andreas Karidakis is from Gavros, near Gavlahori. Unfortunately, he's in Athens and sends his apologies, but I've worked with him for quite some years now, and he has been really helpful in this project. Andrei Kopal is my colleague in Slovenia. The Erasmus project is a joint Greek and Slovenian project about skills in tourism and a comparison of the two countries. Now, fascinating things we found, but today I'm really going to focus on Greece for obvious reasons. But when you see the studies, you'll see the comparison of actually, I have to say, how advanced thinking is in Slovenia. Really advanced. And I've got to work out why that is, and we haven't quite evaluated that. They've recognised markets for green economy tourism. But honestly, if you told people here, they would go, oh, that's never going to catch on. Well, it is in Slovenia. And when you understand that Greece is losing market share to other countries that are addressing this green thinking, particularly with young families, young people, they don't anymore just want to sit on the beach and get drunk in the morning and lay and get read and then get drunk at night and then have a hangover and go home and wonder where was my money gone. Some do. But that's not actually the future model of tourism. So the Slovenian insight was amazing. I'm Rudy. We had amazing expert speakers, which I'll tell you a bit about that more later. But everything from ESG, how to do ESG, because that's what our tourism professionals said they want to know. Bite-sized ESG, what is it, how do we do it, what does it mean? We had an amazing speaker, Michael Spanos, on that. Appy tourism. Do you all know what appy tourism is? Bee tourism. And countries across Europe have recognised people are interested in honey and bees. Really interested. They will pay money to go to a bee museum. And some of these bee museums have been like places that hardly everyone's ever gone to. You've got a dedicated person there, and suddenly droves of people are turning up and understanding about honey and bees. Appy tourism is a massive new product. Some hotels are putting apiaries in the grounds, on roofs, blah, 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 planting, etc. So we had guest speakers from Spetses. Was it even Spetses? Spetses. Yeah, from Spetses. I forget what they called. Beef Planet? Anyway, they were amazing from Spetses. And then again, the Slovenian group also had amazing appy tourism speakers too. We shared information. And we have Mr. Jeffrey Singh. Never forget the filmmaker. Ever forget the filmmaker. Who? Thank you, Jeffrey, for all your support through the programme. Because I can write to him and say, Jeffrey, I've got an idea. We need a 2-minute short to promote this. And you go, oh, okay, Sharon, I'll drop everything and I'll just do it for you. And luckily, we've got enough beautiful imagery, and he produces these lovely little short films for us. I'm going to show you one of those in a little bit. So that's setting the scene. So this, in case you missed it, this is about skills, knowledge, behaviours, competences for the tourism sector to become more sustainable in Greece. Beyond Greece, but for today it's about Greece. So many of you don't know, there's a few people here I don't know, quite a few of you I have met before, but maybe not as formally as this. So I, Sharon Jackson, have been teaching at Cranfield University School of Management in the UK since 2003. I'm a Brit, I've been there since 2003, teaching leadership and management in sustainability in businesses. Back in the days when people just thought it was a fad, it'll never catch on, not really a problem. I've done that work around the world, in China and Australia, and taken people to the wilderness, people from large corporations climbing up mountains in Tasmania, and going to some tricky mountains, I have to say, to connect with why it's important. If you know about Australia, it's also on fire like we are in Crete. Terrible fires. And I was doing that in 2003. At Cranfield, some of that work was with Cranfield as well, I have to say, particularly in China. So I've been teaching MBAs. I'm a postgraduate teacher. I'm postgraduates. I'm old people, MBAs, business people, okay, mostly. And master's degrees, and more recently, I'm a level 7 senior leader apprenticeship tutor. Now, we have some apprenticeships emerging in Greece. I don't know, I'd love to hear your opinion actually, especially for the educators. They're not really getting traction as far as I can tell at the moment. And at the UK, the whole apprenticeship programme is supported by the UK government. There's a levy, so every taxpayer pays, I think it's 0.2%. to go to the levy to upskill our managers in business. It sort of came out after Brexit about skilling our managers to be competent with all the skills, knowledge and behaviours needed to be commercially viable in the world. That's what it kind of came from. And I teach senior leader apprenticeship. Now it's an apprenticeship, which means work-based learning. VET, are you all familiar with the term VET? Vocational Educational Training. And that's really what an apprenticeship is. You learn on the job, but it's associated with a postgraduate award as well. So you do your 1-year academic master's degree, it could be an MBA, it could be a master's in sustainability, whatever. It could just be a PGD. You have an academic qualification, but the apprenticeship takes that learning into your work. So I'm one of the tutors that helps the students do that. They have 32, this is not nothing, listen to this, as well as doing the degree, right? 32 competencies, knowledge, skills, behaviours, KSBs. You'll hear me use KSBs a lot. Knowledge, skills and behaviours, which they should learn from the degree and then prove that they've applied it at work. And they have to write 300 words for every single one of those narratives and supply evidence. That's the first part. The second part is a 4,000 word thesis on another 15 KSBs. It's significant. And it's really, the kind of genesis of it is, just because people have an MBA does not mean they know what they're doing managing in business. I'm going to say it out there, that's it. So this really tests that. It's the academic application at work. I love it. I really love it. And I've been around the MBA world for a long, long time, and there's a lot of MBA students I know that I would never employ or work for. I can tell you right now. But the ones that have gone through this workplace learning, they get it, and they learn skills. So of course, sustainability is my thing. So we put that into all the different roles as we go through. So that's my background. This is relevant for what I want to tell you about the programme, because this influenced all my decision making around the Erasmus programme, okay? And there's a massive rise in green apprenticeships as well. Not yet in Greece that I've seen, but green apprenticeships are coming through as wanted because people in businesses say they want skills. They want green skills because they can see their horizon scanning, they can see it's the future. Now, does anybody know what that is?
Yes.
Yes. How many of you have been there? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes. Well, the rest of you must come. So this is the European Sustainability Academy. I told you I've been teaching at Cranfield since 2003. I stopped going to Tasmania and China because I fell over in New Zealand and fractured my hip. That's another story. Anyway, I've got a metal hip one now. A metal one now, it's okay, I can move now. So I built my own academy, pretty much, in 2011. And it's built of earth, straw bale, wood, and it only has photovoltaics. Only. They are not connected to the grid at all. They're completely autonomous. And we're on a little mountain in a really, would you say Joplin is a poor village?
Yes.
It is. It's not a, it's quite a, yeah, it's still subsistence farming, old. Yes, it's still a poor village. And we're up there. And we bring people from all around the world, African princesses sometimes, all dressed up.
So tell us, this project was designed by Cretan architects.
This was designed by women, Cretan architects, young ones in their 30s. Yeah. So this is our academy, and we bring them all around the world, including my students from the level 7, who get to know that their tutor does this crazy thing in Crete somewhere. And they say, can we come? And I would say, after you've got through your apprenticeship, we'll talk about it. And they come, and they love it. They really, really, really love it, I can tell you. And thanks to Aristia and her office, we had NHS managers that came last September. They cried when you sent us that letter from the ambassador.
Really?
They cried. They were so overwhelmed to be noticed because what they went through in COVID in the NHS was horrendous. And they did their MBA and they got their apprenticeship. So thank you so much for doing that for them. Really important. So we are always crossing that divide from my work in the UK, here in Greece, and I am always looking for how we share, all of us share something that we've got to make each of us go further a bit faster and differently. Now, I think ESA is pretty amazing, and I'm not the only one who thinks that. So in August I picked up an award in the UK, just outside London, in a beautiful house in Surrey, absolutely lovely. It was a lovely day in August, and we've been voted the best sustainability education provider of the year. Yeah, and that, thank you. And a lot of us in here are entrepreneurs and pioneers. Vasilis, I know when he started what he was doing, just another beach cleaning. It was tough in the early days. Most of us have gone through some tough times to get noticed. So when we get noticed, it's really important to us. And that someone's recognising the value of our work. The kind of thing that we do at ESA is, obviously, design sustainability training programs, sustainability training frameworks, And one of them we designed is called the Sustainability Activators Programme. And this is our map. And this I'm happy to share with anybody who thinks they can use it and adapt it in their organisation, in their teaching rooms. Vanessa and I have worked with this lots of times. It's quite adaptable, isn't it? You can adapt it to different sectors, different roles. But it takes people on a journey of the skills that they should have. And there are go, no-go moments of, I really need to go and get skilled in procurement, sustainable procurement or HR, whatever it is, right? It's a map that's very flexible and very happy to talk to anybody who wants to adapt this. And that map is one of the underpinning frameworks for what we've done with the GenNZ project. So far with GenNZ, we've presented papers at Tallinn University in Estonia earlier this year, accepted for publication. And the paper that we've most recently written is the end of project paper, based on the micro-credential side, for giving people the accreditation for their programme, and it's been accepted by the United Nations Principles of Responsible Management Education. And it will be published. And I'm presenting it at Belgrade University in Serbia. Who went to Serbia? You went to Serbia?
Yes.
Did you go to the university?
Not university.
Ah.
I was in borders with Romania, not in Belgrade, but
Okay.
in Kostolac.
I haven't been to Serbia before, so it's my first time.
Twice.
Have you?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to go in October and present our paper from Crete, from a mountain in a poor village in Crete. Where we've done this from isn't where people to expect this level, this standard of academic quality to come out of, this rigour. They don't expect it. They expect it from Hania or Crete or Heraklion, sorry. I'm just going to share, before I hand over to Konstantina, I've also been invited to be a speaker at the TEDx Plaka Athens Countdown TEDx on the 5th of November.
No.
Thank you very much. And they want me to talk about this programme. They want me to talk about the skills training for sustainability, because the focus of TED Countdown is climate change. So, and Plaka, I thought, what a great place, ancient Plaka in Athens, huh?
Yes.
Isn't that a great place to do a TEDx talk? So if any of you are in Athens, 5th of November, come along please. So just before I hand to Konstantina, in summary, what are we talking about today? So the aim is to address the gap between what green, now I'm going to use green and sustainable, they mean the same thing. It doesn't really matter what you call these things, honestly, as long as we all know what they all are. It's the gap between what skills people need in the fast changing world towards a green transition. Net zero. We use net zero, generation net zero. It doesn't matter what we call it, as long as we all understand what we mean. And then our objective of the study is to produce a framework, on-demand, self-directed, anytime framework, which can, workplace relevant, which can be adapted to roles in the tourism and hospitality sector. And that's what we think we've got a first pilot of. Now, we chose tourism and hospitality in, hi Gareth. We chose tourism and hospitality because of the importance of the marketplace to Greece, but not only that. We also chose it because of 5 people in this room, actually. So Aristia and Thanasi and me and Yorgos and Stella are in that photograph. One of them. The one around the table eating, of course. There is a lot of eating goes on in my academy, I've got to tell you. A lot of eating, a little bit of wine as well. So basically I got a call in May or June 2023 from the then diplomat in Athens, and she said, oh, we really are interested in understanding, just understanding I think, wasn't it? Understanding the Greek strategy for sustainable tourism. How is it going? How is it going on the ground, I think? Could I convene and, did I know people? I said, yes, come for lunch. That's my first response to most things. Come to lunch. I'll ring Stella and we'll eat something lovely. Everything's sorted out over around food. And that's us there discussing it. So actually that discussion here, and in our lecture room there, is the seeds of discussion for the Erasmus project and all the publications we've had since. It started with, what did we have? Horiatiki probably. And some
snails as well.
some snails to be upset.
The best.
Okay. Oh, I can't remember that. It started with a few people sitting around a table having a chat. Oh, Vanessa, you were there as well, weren't you? It started with a few people with good ideas and a good heart having a discussion. But we all had some skills and knowledge. We had some ideas, and that's how it happened. So I can say we did it. We did it. It was tough. And the toughest thing was finding 20 people in all of Greece. It was really tough to get people to sign up. Well, signing up was one thing, getting them then to turn up was the other thing. So I love to have a chat over a glass of wine about that problem. Vanessa and I have talked about it all the time. The events we've run and we have a list, oh that's it, and then you know they're not all going to come. For different reasons, right? But anyway, but we did it. So I am going to go through all this quickly for you, so we get to the ending and then have more conversations. I just want to show you the top level of what happened, and then you can ask me the connections, the links, all of that, and read it in your own time. But I just want to mention about, again, the publications that have come out of this. Really, I'm showing you the rigour. I didn't just think I'm going to design a few things that I want to do. We backed it up with other research and asking what the sector wanted. So the kind of research scoping study findings that we got all essentially pointed to that same thing, that gap, a talk-act gap. I want to be doing this, I think I understand it, but actually you just scratch the surface, they don't know how to. But also there's a pride and a vulnerability, I will say, about letting on that they don't know how to do it. And Sophia and I sat in a conference in Athens on Friday, and we asked the room, didn't we? You know, do you agree that people aren't teaching the skills here? And what was the answer? Yes. Yeah. Okay, you could say it was a warm audience already for that. So essentially, in comparison with Greece and Slovenia, a couple of key things here. There are way more vocational and educational training providers in Slovenia than in Greece, in the tourism sector. They recognise to train people in their workplace is important.